And it's an honor and a pleasure to have Jeremy and Jason London joining us on the show right now. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. So great to have both of you. How are you?
I'm good. Are you guys seeing me right now?
I'm free. We see you and we hear you, man.
Wonderful.
We are good.
It's so strange because I don't see you.
That's really weird. That might be a good thing. I don't know, but we see you guys just fine.
I've seen that guy before. Every time I look in the mirror, I'm tired of him.
It's hard to differentiate the two of you. I'll say that. Thank you both for coming on. I really appreciate it. Jason, let me start with you real quick.
Yes,
when you saw your brother's video talking about his grandson and then talking about that whole situation with Tim Walz and his son, I'm curious, what went through your mind, Jason?
I'm going to take it back a couple of years. Our sister, Jeremy told you, our sister was, she got pregnant when she was 15. And she had the baby just after she turned 16. And he was born with a syndrome called TARS syndrome, T-A-R-S, TARS syndrome, which is a deficiency of basically, he didn't have a radius on both of his arms. His arms had little short arms. His kneecaps didn't develop. He only had one kidney. He still does. He's a grown man. By the grace of God, I mean, we didn't even know that would happen. And so, you know, even back then, and then our sister, and I'm not trying to get the sympathy vote here, our sister was killed in a car wreck. About when he was about Jeremy, 9 months old?
7 months, I think.
7 months old. Yeah. So Dieter was killed in a car wreck, unfortunately. And so Skylar, our nephew, not only was he given this plight in life, like you think about, like you have this one life at a time kind of idea, and this is the Lord has given him this challenge that we all see our daily grievances, and we're tired of paying bills and inflation and rent and blah, 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 blah. But you don't look at the people that actually, from the minute they wake up in the morning to the time they go to bed at night, are dealing with something that we can't relate to. And so Jeremy and I both, we've known this with our nephew, and we've had other family members as well. And you see that, and you try to be there for them. Our cousin Greg was run over by a train, crazy enough.
Oh.
And he became a different human being. And we, as a family, all gathered around him as well. So this is what I'm going to say. Whenever the right side makes fun of another side, that means they've already lost the plot. They're already so behind the eight ball that they have to resort to being ugly. They have to resort to being mean. Because I see these memes with like Kamala walking with clown shoes on.
Right.
Yo, those clown shoes are gonna,
Stomp everybody.
Dude.
Stomp everybody.
Right.
So it's about empathy. It's about sympathy. It's about
it was a soft spot. It was a soft spot in my heart already. We clearly had.
And what Jeremy said,
already have the dukes up. We were already defensive.
Jeremy and I are, it's weird being a twin because you're a clone. You're kind of, you've had every experience together as you've been born and grown up.
Right.
We had the same experiences when we were children, when we went through really poor, hard times. There were times when we literally had to go out and hunt for food.
Wow.
But honestly, kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
The guy that did it was a piece of shit, but
you're on the radio, Jay.
That's
Jason,
okay.
you're on the radio.
Yeah. That's our
PG-13. Keep it PG-13.
But what I'm saying is that we have an understanding of empathy.
Sure. And Jeremy, I want to ask you about that empathy, the word empathy. I talked about this in the first segment where Donald Trump is doing a town hall today, and he's asked about Amber Thurman and her family doing a rebuttal to the stuff he says. And he makes a joke about Amber Thurman, a black woman who died because of the abortion
or something. Didn't he say
yeah, exactly. Exactly. He makes a joke about the ratings. Here's a woman who died because of abortion ban laws in Georgia. I mean, your brother mentions the word empathy, and I agree with him. I mean, what do you make of a statement like that?
Well, I mean, what I know is that in this last, he's the rat that's being pushed into the corner, and he's only going to get more rabid and vicious as the clock ticks down, because
Yeah, it's coming
it's
down.
not
Yeah.
just an election on the line for him. This is all.
Well,
of his
it's
going to prison.
it's a
all
lot
of
of
his, hold on,
pardons.
let me finish the thought. Hold on. This is all of his, all of the court cases, all of the everything that he is going to try to avoid. All of those people, the J6 people that think they're going to get pardons, they're not going to get those pardons. All of these things that are hinging on him needing to win. He doesn't want to be the president again. He needs to be the president again.
No,
That's
yeah,
the problem with this.
exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
Jeremy,
Desperate times are going to call for desperate measures, and he's a horrible,
Right.
ugly person, and he's only going to reveal his soul more and more as he's becoming more deluded and desperate. It's
Yeah,
going to just get ugly.
I think Jeremy takes things like he like puts it in a box way better than I do, because I'm kind of a little more like you, Brian. Like, I kind of like lose my mind a little bit. Like, I get angry because when I see somebody be mean to somebody, marginalized, like somebody like in any sense be made fun of, or they call them a name or something, I get mad like my mom. I'm kind of like a redneck a little bit, and
My mom's a
down
mean
on that
redneck,
a little bit.
by the way. Yeah, my mom's a mean redneck. So, yeah.